Hey there, you Mia DC fans, and welcome if you're new. I am the Stepson of Krypton, coming to you today with the second in the DC KO event. This is one of the tie-ins, Titans 28. I know normally we don't do Titans, but since it is the second part, we wanted to go ahead and do this video for you. Now, this is going to take place right at the same time as the KO event is going on. So while everything's happening in this first issue, is what's going to be happening in Titans is happening about the same time. So I don't want to waste any more time with the intro. Let's just get on into it. All right, guys. So this issue opens up, like I said, it is kind of running concurrent with issue number one because we are a week in the past, right when they first got their 7 days. And we see Cyborg is addressing what looks to be the entire world about this threat that is coming. And they're all about to be part in the largest undertaking in human history, the total evacuation of planet Earth. The message is being cast across every device in every language all around the world because it, as Cyborg says, is going to require everyone's help to pull off this evacuation. And then we kind of see, I wanted to just kind of keep this in here because I thought it was kind of badass that we see
Darkseid is coming, and the universe has made no one more.
But if the champion is able to defeat Darkseid, right? If they're able to go down there, they have to do the battle against each other. They will become the Hearts champion. They will be crowned King Omega. If they can defeat Darkseid, then they're able to then restart the universe over, shaping it however they would like. So let's hope it's not one of the bad guys that wins. We jump ahead to now, Evacuation Day, and we see the Titans. They're at Titan Tower in Bloodhaven there. However, it's not simply Titan's Tower anymore. With the help of Cyborg and Mr. Terrific, Titan's Tower will now serve as an arc to help get people off the planet to safety. If you remember in the first KO part of the KO event, they said that they're going to have these all like 13 of the biggest companies in the world were coming together to build arcs. Titan's Tower has now become one of those. Now, as we see Roy there, he's talking about, one hell of a way to say goodbye. That's not what he said. That's my words, paraphrasing his. As Titan Tower literally is getting ready to just launch off the planet. We get a brief Titan meetup, and in order to evacuate the entire planet in such a short time, they're going to have to split up, which means some of them are a little more upset about that than others. Some are taking it a little harder. Giggity. Oh. And of course, Donna tells them that this isn't goodbye. They're always Titans. And of course, as she's given this speech, Corey informs them, Starfire, for those who don't know, that she must leave. She's got to go help with the escort duty. As Corey departs, we see the team, especially Gar, Beast Boy, is they're not taking the not goodbyes so well, right? And even Raven, she's there, she's crying, she's trying to be hopeful, but she is preparing for the worst. We then jump ahead a little bit to we're at the lunar watchtower on the moon, and we see John Kent, the Superboy, and he meets up with Donna and Roy as they continue discussing evacuation plans. They're happy to have him on the team. And from the lunar base, we get to see several more of the arcs that are being launched and clearing Earth's gravity. And they only have a few more billion people to go. Donna finally begins to crack. She's been trying to hold it together for the sake of the team, but the not goodbyes, as they keep calling them, are starting to get to her, especially the goodbye from Victor. Because as we know, Cyborg is competing in the competition with the others down towards the center of the Earth there where the heart's at. Roy continues his little pep talk to Donna, which kind of surprises her because he's not the first one she would go to for such a thing. But it seems to have worked. Right? They embrace and a kiss, all while like John's kind of over there giving him kind of this creepy smile. We then go to Mercy Hall. We see Raven talking to Bumblebee, not the Transformer, and we get a little clearer understanding of just how much they are doing to save 8 billion people. Right, we're using everything from boom tubes to Zeta beam teleporters to spaceships, interdimensional portals to mystic portals. Hell, they're even using Brainiac's tech to shrink entire cities to relocate, and it might still not be enough. But, with all the evacuations happening, you kind of wonder, like, why is Raven there talking to Bumblebee? And it's obviously to arrange transport for Terra, right? And his ex Titan member now in lockup. right? And actually, right now, kind of lockup slash recovery from a battle she had with Deathstroke. Long story. We're not going to get into that. We're not a Titans channel. So, as Bumblebee continues to talk to Raven, Raven is more focused on Tara's thoughts as she knows that Tara is not asleep in there. And they share a brief mind conversation that basically consists of Tara trying to provoke Raven by bringing up Gar, and which, for those of you who don't know, Tara or Tara, but Tara being her having the geokinetic powers controlling Earth. She and Gar used to be in a relationship, and now that it seems like it's more Raven and Gar, she's just kind of trying to poke the bear a little bit. Of course, the conversation is quickly ended by Raven as she sees what Terra's trying to do. So back on the lunar base, we see a lot of the evacuation centers showing up on the globe, and they project that 34% of the population will be evacuated by the end of the day. But that still isn't good enough. And we see heroes from all over the world trying to help evacuate people, even up to 40 million per hour. Which now, it might sound impressive, but 40 million an hour, it would take just over like 8.3 days to evacuate 8 billion people. But we have some problem areas that might help speed things up if we can get them fixed. And as the team is working to fix these problem areas to speed up the evacuation, we kind of encounter a new problem, right? One that's might not be as easy to fix, is we see protests that have formed of people not wanting to leave their home. But it's like, why are people protesting and battling against the heroes at a time like this, right? Well, if you remember from the Absolute Power series, Amanda Waller had turned the people against heroes, and there are still many who don't trust them. But Beast Girl seems to have her own way of dealing with them without violence. She puts them to sleep with the situation dealt with, and things seem to be going well with Raven and the others. Maybe it'll be smooth sailing from here. Well, because it's a comic book, it's not going to. As Star Sapphire is calling in, comms are breaking up. She's having a bit of an issue. And we flash over to her and we see Granny Goodness, the Furies, and a horde of parademons that have surrounded Sapphire, and they seem to be there to stop the evacuation from happening. But we're going to have to wait to find out what happens because the issue ends right there. All right, guys. So a little bit of a quick issue because there wasn't a lot of dialogue, and we really just kind of covered the brief points of the evacuation because we know they're doing the evacuation. We also know Darkseid is getting ready to show up as well. Then the contestants or combatants are down in the center of the Earth at the heart, starting the first rounds of the KO event here. So there wasn't a whole lot of dialogue. So it was a nice quick issue. I like the tie-ins. We will be covering all of the tie-ins, as well as the main KO issues here. I think we've got 3 coming up this next week. So if you have made it with me this far, I thank you. Consider giving the video a like, subscribing to the channel, and having that bell notification click, because like I said, we'll be covering all 3 of those issues this week, and we're trying to rapid fire these out so that you guys don't have to wait a while to figure out what's happening in the KO event. All right, and that is going to do it for me on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Till next time, guys, I'll see you then.